It began like something from a fever dream. On August 20th, 1966, a young boy flying a kite stumbled upon a horrifying scene on a hillside outside Rio de Janeiro. Two men lay motionless on the damp grass, side by side, their hands folded neatly across their chests as if in some ritual of peace. Both wore immaculate suits, raincoats draped over them, and over their faces strange metallic lead masks that shimmered faintly in the afternoon light. Police and journalists would soon swarm the hill, their flashbulbs slicing through the mist. But no one could explain what they were seeing. The men had no signs of violence, no struggle, no poison around them. Only a cryptic notebook lying between them with words scrawled in Portuguese: "Be at the determined place at 16:30. Take capsules after the effect. Protect from radiation. Await signal. Mask." What signal? What radiation? And why would two young electronics technicians from a quiet Brazilian town end up dead on a remote hill wearing masks made of lead? The mystery of the lead masks case would become one of the strangest unsolved stories of the 20th century. A true-life riddle that blended science, paranoia, and the supernatural in equal measure. Their names were Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana, both in their early 30s, skilled radio repairmen from Campos dos Goitacazes, a few hours north of Rio. They were ordinary men, quiet, educated, and fascinated by new technology, especially the possibilities of radio waves and energy fields. On August 17th, they told their families they were going to buy electronic components for work. They carried with them a small amount of cash, wore their best suits, and left by bus. Nothing about their behavior suggested danger. But when neither returned after 2 days, relatives grew alarmed. The next anyone saw of them, they were lying dead on Vintem Hill, just beyond the city's limits, their bodies untouched, their belongings neatly arranged. Their watches had stopped at 4:30 p.m., the same time mentioned in the note. As investigators combed the area, more puzzles appeared. Next to their bodies were 2 empty water bottles, a packet that had likely contained tranquilizers, and the cryptic notebook. But there was no trace of a struggle, no evidence of anyone else being there. Toxicology reports offered no help. The bodies were too decomposed, and the local morgue lacked the means to detect radioactive or rare substances. Even stranger, there were no burns, no wounds, and no sign that the lead masks had been forced on them. It was as if they had simply lain down and waited. But waited for what? Witnesses came forward. One local woman recalled seeing 2 men the previous night in the same area, looking anxious, watching the sky. She claimed they were joined by another man, possibly a third accomplice, who soon left them. No one ever found that man again. As rumors spread, the story twisted from a crime investigation into something else entirely. The press dubbed it the mystery of the lead masks, and soon theories spiraled out of control. Some said the men were victims of a secret government experiment, test subjects for radiation exposure during the Cold War. Others whispered about alien contact. The notebook's mention of await signal was seen as evidence of a planned communication, maybe with something not of this earth. But the most chilling theory was one the police could never disprove. Both men were part of a small group of amateur scientists who met to study spiritualism and UFOs, not as believers, but as tinkerers. They were fascinated by the idea that the human mind could transmit and receive signals just like a radio. Some claimed they were trying to build a machine to contact extraterrestrial life or communicate with the dead. The lead masks, they believed, were meant to shield their eyes and protect against powerful light or radiation during the experiment. Perhaps they thought they were about to witness something divine, a light so strong that ordinary eyes could not bear it. What if they had arranged a time and place to test this theory, to make contact with another world? And the capsules they took were meant to relax them or enhance the experience. The evidence seems to point that way. The precise timing, the careful note, the scientific background, the obsession with radiation and energy, all align. But something went terribly wrong. Maybe the capsules were toxic. Maybe the air grew thin as night fell. Or maybe they waited for a signal that never came, slowly succumbing to exhaustion and exposure, their final moments shrouded in eerie calm. To this day, the official report lists the cause of death as unknown. The masks remain in police archives, silent relics of an experiment that should never have been. Half a century later, the hill is quiet again, overgrown with weeds. Locals still whisper that on some nights, strange lights can be seen flickering near the spot where the two men fell. Some say it's phosphorescence, others claim it's their lost experiment still echoing through the airwaves. But whatever truly happened, the story of the lead masks remains one of the most haunting mysteries of modern times. A moment when curiosity reached beyond reason and met the edge of the unknown. Two men, brilliant but reckless, blinded by belief in a signal that might never have existed. They were searching for the truth, but found only silence. If you believe history still speaks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.